Today I would like to start off by thanking our officers and detectives and dispatchers and record staff. The work that they do sometimes is thankless when we're having to deal with issues like I'm going to be discussing today. I'm a father. I got an 8 and an 11-year-old kid. My kid just started middle school here, so this one kind of strikes a chord with me. But today I just want, as I discuss what took place, I just really want everyone really to give the victims as much privacy as they possibly can, because this is not about them. They've gone through enough. So I'm going to explain what happened. Earlier this month, multiple victims showed up to the Bloomington Police Department to report that they were assaulted sexually. They stated that they were assaulted over 100 times for a period that spanned about 8 years. All of the assaults took place at a residence here in Bloomington, and when these assaults started, they were 10 and 11 years old. The suspect in this case, who I'm going to talk about in a second, took the innocence away from from the victims here. And just imagine now the victims are going through therapy. And just imagine now you're going through therapy and the person that assaulted you is out here living their best life. And they're going through therapy and they get up enough courage to confront him. And when they confront him, he says something to the effect of, "Next time I'm going to tighten my belt and keep my pants on." Well, Mr. Anderson Bertsch, 28, of Richfield, gym teacher. I'm going to do him better. We're going to give him a pair of shorts. We locked him up on August 30th at Fair School in Crystal before he could come into contact with any more students. He was a middle school teacher last year at Plymouth Middle, a trusted position to deal with our kids. And he tells someone who calls him who was victimized the next time he's going to keep his pants on. Well, gym teacher, we got some shorts for you. I feel really bad for the victims in this case. And as a parent, I'd have the same question. Are there more victims? Right now, we don't have any information to indicate that there's more victims, but we can't be sure. So if you think that this person, Mr. Matthew Anderson Bertsch, may have assaulted one of your kids, you can call us here at the Bloomington Police Department, 952-563-4900, or you can call your local police department and we can assure you that we can get you in touch with the resources that you may need. For the parents out there, I do want to talk about the zeroabuseproject.org, which was started after Jacob Wetterling. So that's a resource available to people should they want to choose to talk to their kids about these types of assault. Understand me when I tell you, in this police department, our officers, our detectives, our record staffs, our dispatchers, from me on down, our focus is on victims. And when you victimize people in our city, I have plenty of orange jumpsuits for you. We are not going to tolerate this in the city of Bloomington. So with that, I'll take questions.
Is there a sense of what the connection was between him and the two victims?
So for me, I'm going to protect the victims here, but that information, some of that stuff's in the complaint, but yeah, it's really, when someone takes someone's innocence, for them to come forward is really courageous, especially after it's taken place over a period of years. So I'm going to do everything I can to protect the identity of the victims.
How far back did this abuse start?
So it was over a period of 8 years. So I think between like 2013 and finally coming to an end in 2019 with the victims in this case.
Okay, so there's no sense in the last couple of years that they were involved?
With these victims, yes.
I believe the case came to you earlier this month.
Yes.
Went into the process between now and then to get it.
Yes. So obviously, so the question was when we took this report, what took place between now or then and the time to get him locked up? Our detectives had to do their due diligence with the investigation. And like I said, our detectives are the best at what they do. And obviously, when you're dealing with someone who is in a sensitive position with kids, we want to make sure that all our I's and T's are dotted. And our investigators, God bless them, who deal with people like this, who commit these acts, they know what they're doing, and we need to give them time to do their work.
How much contact was between the police department and the school system that had him employed the last year or so?
We just talked to the school district where we arrested him at, which was the which was the Fair School in Crystal.
Most of the occurrences, if not all of them, occurred
In the city of Bloomington, yes. So, and I just want to clear up here any speculation. He never taught at Bloomington schools. So I know like Bloomington residents are going to ask that. No, the assaults took place here in the city of Bloomington.
One location or multiple?
One location that we know of. Any other questions? Thank you, guys. Oh, go ahead.
Do you have the history of where he did teach during those years?
So what I have right now before me is he was a teacher. This year he was scheduled to teach at the Fair School in Plymouth. Last year he was an 8th grade teacher at Plymouth Middle School. I don't have his history prior to that. Now I do have his teaching license, and I know he had gotten licensed to teach in 2019. So on his license is public information. You can look that up online.
Full-time teacher?
Last year, that was my understanding.
Do you know what grade or what?
8th grade was my understanding. Yep. Any other questions? Thank you. And I mean, I would just implore everybody, the victims, let's do what we can to keep not re-traumatizing them. This takes a lot, and I just pray that God restores everything that was taken from them. But let's do our due diligence in trying to protect their identities as much as possible. Thank you for coming up.